How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Tackle Talk Thursday. Hamza said 343, could you do a tackle prep video on how to select what baits to take when going bank fishing? This is actually not a very tricky question because there are a couple of tips that I can give you, and I'm going to start with tip number 1. First tip, do your research on the venue, do some homework, read up about it, watch YouTube videos. If you do not have any access to internet, go to your local tackle shop, ask them questions. They will always help you out. The next tip that I can give you guys is keep your tackle box as simple as possible. Try and throw what you guys are confident in and use that to your advantage. If there isn't any information online, the guys at the tackle shop can't give you information. Try and take different colors of your confidence lures, and that should get you a fish or two. Okay, I keep it extremely simple. If I haven't been to a venue, I keep it to 3 categories. I try and keep something above the surface or on the surface, mid-surface, and on the bottom. Top water, I'll always go for like a spook, and then I'll throw some sort of hollow body frog, or if I'm wanting to cover a lot of water on the top, I will throw a buzz toad. For the mid column, so my moving baits, I'll always take a white swim jig with. You should get bits in like grass, rocks, and also some stumps, some fallen trees. And the one nice thing about a swim jig is if you don't have other jigs with, you can utilize this jig as a dragging jig. You can flip this. Another moving bait that I throw, I think 99% of the time, that is going to be a chatterbait. I love throwing this thing. I will throw it in stained and dirty water, and it's got that Berkeley power baits power stinger on the back. Dragging bait, something that sits on the bottom most of the time, always throw a stick bait. This is the Berkeley the General. This is such a good color. This is the green pumpkin watermelon. It's a very natural color, and this will work in clear water and in stained water. If the water is a little bit darker, a little bit more muddy, I will move over to a black the General. If that stick bait does not work, I always go to some sort of craw style bait or beaver style bait. So firstly, this craw style bait, this is the Berkeley Chigga Craw. This is in a green pumpkin. It's a very natural color, but this is a very dark presence and it works for dirty water and clear water. So I generally always only take this color with me. For that beaver style bait, I'll always take a natural color with, and this is that Berkeley Creature Hog Watermelon Red Magic. Great little color. This is perfect for like that clearer water and stained water. Want to fish a little bit dirty, also more to the stained water. This actually is a really versatile color. It also works in clean water. This is that Berkeley Creature Hog, but this is a goat color. This is a black blue top, and it's got a green pumpkin belly. The goat is a very versatile color for clear and dirty water, so I always take these colors with. Next bait that I take with, and I'll only throw this bait on a drop shot, and that is a straight money. This I'll actually rig weedless, and this is all I take with for a drop shot. Green pumpkin is such a dark color, it just works so well. This is the straight money. Okay, let's run you through a situation where I'm actually going to a dam. I don't know when, but I've done my research and I'm actually wanting to go to Reed Flay out in Pretoria. As you guys know, I've never fished it before, and I actually don't know what the water clarity is like. I don't know what the water depth is. I don't know what type of structure there is, and that type of stuff. So as I said, number 1 tip is do your research. The research is extremely key for you to have your success in catching fish or making your life easier with taking as little tackle as possible. Because you're going to be carrying it, you don't want to carry your whole tackle box with you. I'm going to run you through the baits that I'm going to be taking to reed flay. This is what I've seen, this is what I've heard, this is the type of information I have received from Tackle Cabin, from Rob, and let's dive right into my situation going to reed flay. I'm going to keep it as simple as possible. The baits that I have seen actually suit the way I fish, and I love to fish this way, so it's perfect for me. So first bait on my list is obviously the general, and I have seen that people have been catching on a June bug color. That is the June bug, the general. That's what I'm going to take with. And then obviously I'm also going to take a natural color with, and that natural color is going to be that green pumpkin watermelon color. The stick bait apparently does really well. You can fish it on a light Texas or weightless. So yeah, that's the first bait that I'm going to be taking to reed flay. Second bait that I'm going to be taking with, and that is purely just going to be that chigger craw. This chigger craw, as you guys know, it's one of my favorite flipping baits, but also a really good jig trailer, and it is also a very good Texas rig bait. I'm taking this color and this color only because it works in clear and dirty water. Bait number 3 has to be that that creature hog. The creature hog, because I don't know what the water is like and how the fish are reacting, this is more of a slower presentation in the water. Because the legs don't kick, it just is a little bit more of a subtle presence in the water, and the fish might just like that over the chigger craw. Third bait that I'm going to be taking with is going to be that straight money, but I'm actually not going to be taking that green pumpkin. The straight money is actually the Midnight Magic. It's got a very June bug color in it. It's like blues, and it's got some reds, and it's got some silvers in it, so it's very dark in color. But as I've said, I've done my research, and June bugs do well there, so that's what I'm going to be using as my drop shot bait. I can't leave the house without this. At the moment, the fish are absolutely chowing, eating. They cannot resist this bait, and that is the Berkeley Finesse jig. One of the greatest baits in my opinion at this moment in time. The fish are just, like I say, they're just eating it, and they cannot stop eating it. The color for this Finesse jig is going to be either the peanut butter and jelly, which you guys know I fish that a lot because it's such a versatile color. It's very crab-like, but that purple is just that slight difference that the fish don't see very often, and that's what gets them to bite. And then the other one is this brown ember. This is a brown skirt with some black in it. Also the Finesse version, both of these are 3/8, and I feel with the 3/8 I can flip cover and I can drag. For the moving baits, I'm also just going to keep it really simple. I am going to just be taking this BL Special Chowder bait in a black color. Last and final bait that I'm going to be taking to reed flay. This is very dependent on water clarity, but it just has to come with, and that is a jerk bait. So because I don't know what color works best there, I'm gonna take 3 with. I'm gonna go for a color that's got a little bit of purple, clear in the middle, and it's got that chartreuse belly. Then another color that I think I am gonna throw, and this is purely just because reed flay has a lot of carp in it, and I'm going to be throwing a jerk bait that is gold in color. Then I'm just going to throw a plain white one with a little bit of black on the top and a little bit of like yellow in the front. I don't know if these baits are going to work. This is the research that I have done. The baits that I'm going to be taking to reed flay, like I say, those are my confidence baits. You might have other confidence baits. Some people might say those are terrible baits to throw at reed flay. This is purely what I have seen, and this is what I'm going with. I'm going with my gut, and that's what I'm gonna use. Wow, so guys, this was a very long Tackle Talk Thursday. I always try and keep these as quick and as short as possible. Leave comments down below, hit that thumbs up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this Tackle Talk Thursday. Hopefully it answered questions for you guys for your next bank fishing mission. Thumbs up, comments, subscribe, and I'll check you guys on another episode of Tackle Talk Thursday.